Derbyshire traffic cops.
It does have warning markers for potential firearms.
Turn over! You're under arrest. Attempt supply capacity in drug. Police 1,000 square miles.
It's a crash.
You got any other injury other than your head?
With some of the UK's most dangerous roads.
How nobody's been killed out of this, I don't know.
Do you know how fast you were going?
It's scary when stuff like this happens.
In life and death situations.
Get on the ground, you retarded! We've got runners. Face down. Yes, successful sting.
Around every corner.
Some great acting, mate.
There's a new challenge for the traffic cops.
Step out of the vehicle now!
Stay there.
Stop grabbing me like that!
Coming up. Dangerous and illegal drivers.
You are disqualified from driving. Low 65, so nearly double the limit. Just put your head behind your back, please.
Breaking the law.
It's come back as positive for cocaine. Take me to the station, man. I can't be arsed with him. He has got a really nasty head injury.
Ruining lives.
Are you okay?
One more call, then.
Yeah.
You've got a dead baby there.
And on the run.
Promenade, have I got any Oscar Tango units, please, that can start making their way M1 northbound?
The M1 motorway, near the Yorkshire border.
LA vehicle speed increase from approximately 85 miles an hour. Lane 2.
Derbyshire's road crime team are tailing a reckless driver.
Failed to stop and going towards Marlborough. Not gone south.
The car's heading north towards Sheffield, with the unit's lead vehicle seconds behind.
From Victor 2, got failed to stop towards Renishaw. Currently through the traffic light, speed 70, it's a BMW, 3 Series.
Coming to your name, I'm at 28.
EC Mark Scott's backing up the pursuit car, coordinating the team's response.
Victor 2, passing the petrol station, 90.
It's quite populated, it's through a little village. Anybody can get out this time of night. Big like kids there hanging about. So dangerous.
The traffic's light, weather's clear and dry, road conditions are dry. Got a stinger just being set up ahead. That's for M-Pass, please, and make South Yorkshire aware.
LA vehicle trapped the call sign of the vehicle behind the subject vehicle, please. Vehicle back through.
With officers chasing after the driver, the passenger slips away.
It's just crashed. He's got the driver detained.
From Victor 2, I've got the driver. Hand up. Come back this way. Don't know if the passenger's still with the subject vehicle. No injuries as far as I know. Why have you drove like that?
Some fine driver.
What, just this one? Yeah. Whose car is it? NA from Victor 2. We got a dog or a drone nearby. Passengers outstanding from this.
Passengers run off. Just trying to locate him. Obviously he's run off for a reason. And I know we've asked for a drone. Have we had any luck with M-Pass?
The traffic cops need air support to help search in the dark.
So the minute the passenger's still outstanding, the driver's detained. He says he's a banned driver, so he's disqualified. But it doesn't account for why the passengers run off. Like if your mate's a disqual driver, what have you got tied? It's just up there, I think.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You alright?
Mark takes charge of the scene.
You saw that, lad?
Yeah.
It's not gone that way. I've come this way with the driver.
It's not gone that way.
Passenger stood there. By
Yeah.
the time I come back, he's not here, so...
Any description?
No, we can have a look, but... Unless we can get...
So it's not gone that way?
Charlie, if you go and take a car and just see if you can get through there and just go and like block that bit off, because if helicopter will come, then at least we can say we've got some containment on. Sam?
Did I hear the mention of firearms?
Yes, mate, which will account for why he's run off then. I'll ring Finn, mate, because I'm wanting this helicopter to lift. Obviously, if he's run off with a gun, mate. I'm alright explaining that to the Finn, to jump his rationale to get the helicopter ASAP.
Intel reveals the passenger may be armed, so Force Control helps Mark assess the risks.
This passenger's run off down the footpath where the vehicle's crashed. It's onto the footpath at the side of the railway. So if there is any spare units, if they can get up towards that industrial estate, just in case anyone pops up there. The sooner we get our hands on him, the better. If he's got something he's trying to discard, we want that off him. So he might just be trying his luck and just hiding somewhere with whatever he's got on him, whether that's drugs, weapons. The sooner we get him, the better.
Mark speaks to the driver to try to identify the runaway passenger.
So who is he?
The friend of the car.
What's his name?
I don't know, his name's
Come on,
Tom.
man.
Tom.
Okay, if you're not willing to help him, mate, you're being recorded, so that's fine, mate. So if he turns up dead, when people try and blame the police for stuff, you're not willing to help us. So as long as you're aware, mate, that's on camera. Because you're not telling us who it is.
I've just told you.
No, you haven't.
Tom.
Tom what?
I don't know his second name.
All right,
he's
pal.
a friend of
All right, okay. He's a disqualified driver, claims to be up here to sell his car. Won't tell us who his passenger is, who's decided to leg it for some reason. Obviously got something tied, because if you're totally innocent and your mate's just got no licence, you'd just sit there, wouldn't you, and be like, well, I've done nothing wrong, what are you going to do? So we're just trying to locate him now. He's crashed right next to a golf course and some wooded area, so he only has to run 100 metres and could be anywhere and we wouldn't see him. So without that drone and a dog, we're struggling really.
After 30 minutes, there's still no sign of the passenger.
Could be 3 or 4 miles away. He could have rung a taxi if he's got a mobile phone. He might know people around here. I don't know why he's here, why they've come this way. So yeah, it could be anywhere. What was the update on the drone? Perfect, thank you very much.
While the team wait for a drone,
Oh, I've got a drone coming.
a dog handler arrives.
Drone's about to go up now. Hopefully this passenger's just hiding somewhere. Got a bit lost. Just run down the first bit he could and then hiding somewhere. That's the hope. Oh, we got him. Whereabouts are you, sorry? Just found what we believe to be the passenger hiding just down here, so. Are you okay? Have you hurt your head? How have you done that?
He crashed the car then.
Yeah.
Have you got anything on you, mate? No, I'm not sure.
What do you keep in it? It's a very empty man bag, or fanny pack, as the Americans call it.
It's in my pocket. My
Oh, is it?
usually in there, that's why.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, she's dead, mate.
You're joking? Unfortunate, isn't it?
I know,
Your
when
batteries
did
on
they?
it. Fancy the chances of
I
that?
don't know. So I ran a taxi, didn't I?
Oh. Have you been arrested before?
Yeah, of course I
Of course you have. And your phone just happens to die.
Oh, it is dead, look it. It's my phone, mate. You can't turn it off the other way, can you?
Both passenger and driver are convicted drug runners from outside of Derbyshire.
Good work.
A dog handler continues looking for discarded items.
Just trying to figure out where this chap's gone so we can see if we can find anything. And we could be looking for something as small as a golf ball, if not smaller. It'd be nice if it was larger. Yeah, needle in a haystack.
With no sign of anything hidden, Mark calls off the search.
So at the minute we've got 2 people arrested. The driver, who crashed his car for dangerous driving, failing to stop, is disqualified from driving, got no licence, and also on suspicion of theft of that motor vehicle. We've also got the passenger arrested who ran off. So yeah, good little job. Nice to get the driver. He should get prison time for this. Not only is he driven, whilst disqualified, he's also driven like an absolute clown.
Coming up,
He's been involved in an RTC and he's got a head injury.
illegal motorists
Say again. You're a provisional.
putting lives at risk.
Any pedestrian could have stood a chance.
And an uninsured driver goes on the run.
Fatal here the other week. drink drive.
PC Chris Wells Jackson is on patrol in Chesterfield.
Everybody told him not to get in the car and drive. He got in the car and drove, killed his mate who was in the back without his seatbelt on. He was ejected through the very small back window.
Over 2,500 people are killed or injured on Derbyshire's roads every year, often due to dangerous and illegal drivers.
This is my old beat area.
Have
I
we
like
been able
working here
to
because you got some right
verify what car it is?
cracking job.
Street observations, please. Vehicle is a Vauxhall Corsa. So got reports seeing the male crawling on his hands and knees in a hedge bottom, couldn't get up, fell flat on his face trying to open the car door. He's since got in, but he hasn't yet driven off. The vehicle is sighted. Stop check, please. Observation Z1214, ready, standing by. 845, just to put me to that, please.
Beat me to it.
Morning, thank you.
And 849 as well, but that's more. What time did the call come in, please?
5 minutes ago, and the caller, I believe, is still on the line.
From the sounds of it, the informant's still got eyes on him, so hopefully we can get there before he leaves the scene.
Minutes later, control updates.
Report on the person's trap.
There's been an RTC just round the corner from where the report of this driver was, so it could be that it's this driver that's left. And now we've got a two-vehicle collision with a car on its roof.
5 miles ahead of Chris, a local patrol unit is first on scene.
NA Limerick to Mike. Come across this vehicle. It's been involved in an RTC and it's flipped. There are 2 vehicles involved, and he's got a head injury. Hello.
Trying to help.
Okay.
An 849, state 6. There it is, it's the same car.
The suspect's car and a red Mini appear to have collided head-on.
So, right.
Hear about the initial call?
Yeah. And then I've come across it as I've been approaching Poolsbrook. He doesn't smell a booze. No. His pupil's very small.
Priority, obviously, to get medical treatment. He has got a really nasty head injury, but he's potentially going to have to do a blood procedure at hospital as and when we get there.
Hiya. Are you okay?
The Mini driver's unharmed.
What's happened?
I was just pull, so I turned down here,
Yeah.
and then as I was coming down this red car there,
Yeah.
he was just indicating to turn that way. So I've slowed down obviously a bit anyway.
Yeah.
And what I
Okay.
could do would come more
Yeah.
this side.
Okay.
Another car with a young family aboard narrowly escaped the collision.
You're all right, no. So was he travelling up? I know you just told my colleague. Was he?
He's coming behind this red Skoda, behind that police car.
Yeah.
So we swerved over trying to dodge him.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere to go. And
Right.
then his car just completely flipped over and skid on there.
Yeah. All right.
One more car then, and we
Yeah.
had a dead baby there.
Yeah.
From what the cop initially said when we turned up, was that he doesn't smell a drink, but obviously there's the report that we've had from the member of the public beforehand that it's clearly something untoward with his behaviour. It's really wrong, illegal. Drivers are selfish. They've always got that conscious decision to make, whether they get behind that wheel or not. Nobody forces them to do it.
The guy who's in just wants to speak to a cop.
Yeah, that's fine. So they've got a certain arrogance about them for them to take that risk in the first place. What can I do for you? Say again. You're provisional.
The suspect doesn't hold a full driving licence.
Got a bag.
Right.
I won't get an exhibit bag out. Yeah.
You know,
And a search of the car raises further suspicions.
That's a bit of a makeshift crack pipe. Was found within the vehicle. It's clearly been used. So what's going to happen is we'll see what the ambulance staff say when they get here about his welfare and his condition. We'll follow him up to hospital, and should his doctor, who will be in charge of his care, be happy to do so, we'll go through a blood procedure at the hospital regarding his fitness to drive, to see whether he's hopefully limit for anything, particularly drugs or drink. But either way, he's driving on a provisional licence with no insurance for it, so there's that bit to deal with, and then obviously there's the possible intoxication.
With paramedics now on scene, Chris updates.
Basically, we had a call just before this has happened regarding this vehicle being in a car park a bit further down there, and he's basically crawled out of edge bottom, fell flat on his face, and then got in the car. So we've been travelling to that, and then as we literally got to where they said initially, they said, oh, this collision's coming car, and it's literally the same one. Right. If it's alright with you, is I'll do a preliminary drug swipe with him at the roadside, and I mean, that tests for coke and cannabis, but I would imagine that it's going to have been coke in that or crystal meth, so...
You can do it now if you want to.
Yeah, if that's alright. 1 second. There you go. I'm just going to do a preliminary drug swipe with you, okay? Because you've been involved in a collision, alright? Okay. Do you use any substances at all? Okay, so this takes up to 8 minutes to come back with a result. Okay, it can come back sooner. Just stick your tongue out for me. That's excellent, thank you. So essentially now, I've took your sample. I'll time 8 minutes, and then I'll keep checking it up to that point. Obviously, if it's clear, it's clear. If it comes back over, then we'll look at dealing with it. Are you able to just give me a bit of an account as to what happened? He's saying the reason for the collision is lost control of the car while his steering wheels pulled him out, and he's ended up onto the other side of the carriageway. But either way, we've got some offences to deal with, so... What the drug swipe's telling me at the moment is that he's not got cannabis or cocaine in it, and obviously there's no alcohol in him either. I think they're going to look at taking him to Northern General just for the trauma. Had anybody been walking on this pavement, then it could have been a different story. Any pedestrian in this case wouldn't have stood a chance, because it's just a ton and a half of metal flying towards them at whatever speed.
Last year in Derbyshire, there were over 1,500 convictions for driving without insurance.
We're just coming up on the one of the other addresses that we've got for this disqualified driver.
And traffic cops like PC Matt Cork are always on the lookout for illegal drivers.
One of our core roles on the roads policing unit is keeping the road safe. We respond to drink, drug driving, dangerous driving, causing serious injury by careless driving. Be out there, be proactive, sort of be in the right place at the right time. So at least we know when it starts, you know, when it hits cameras somewhere, we've got an idea of where it might be going back to, or where it might be coming from.
On the outskirts of Derby city centre, Matt's checking up on a disqualified driver.
Yeah, fire away.
Got no seatbelt on, so action.
But Matt's inquiries will have to wait.
Ladder in front's got no seatbelt on, he's gone past us, that's all. So I'll just check the car through and then we'll have a chat with him.
The mark on this vehicle linked to drugs. I'll just see if I can run Panama K3 now to DL.
Yeah, received. It may well be that the gentleman driving this car in front with no seatbelt on is actually a disqualified driver. We're about to find out. No, Paul. I'm about to pull you over, mate, but I didn't want to pull you out in the middle of it. Hey? Well, nothing currently, but...
Tell me where the insurance goes.
Is it your car for start off?
Well, clearly it is, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, is it? Just because you're driving it? I want to see your driving licence for one.
What do you want to see, mate? I ain't got my driving licence on me. Fine, I'll prove that I'm
Right,
legal,
right, listen. Let's chill.
I ain't asked me. I don't know why
you got some idea on
give me
you
a
then?
reason. Give me a reason why you have pulled me.
Because you're using a vehicle on the road.
But why? For what reason?
So
what have I done to make you think? What have I done to make you think that I broke the law in any way? Wait. Look. I ain't gonna get into it. I can't be honest.
No, and that's fine, mate. So let's get down to it.
Look, my internet banking. So clearly it's me, isn't it? Yeah. Look.
Okay.
Mate,
Have you got a photo of your driving licence,
I've got my licence on me, no, mate. You want to see that, Moti? No. A driver's check. Go on, you can do that at the same time. But
Sound, go on then.
We've got a driver's check just for you, mate.
Hey, 28, if I pass you the reg of this car, can you just check it through, please? Ford Focus.
I told you my driver's number now.
That's all right, mate. I found your driving licence. I'm happy you've got a driving licence. I'm just checking the insurance on it.
Wait. I'll show you that now.
Excellent. Right. Now that that's cleared up, because I've had to come so bloody close to you to chill you out and listen to what you're saying, when was the last time you used cannabis? Because either you, or I don't know whether your clothes smell of it, or,
I don't know,
or
it
what.
might be my clothes.
What's ages ago?
Probably over the weekend.
Over the week? Like, what, over a week ago or over weekend?
Over the weekend.
Right. Essentially, because you're using vehicle on road and I can smell cannabis, I don't know whether it's because you've been smoking it in those clothes that you've got in your passenger seat, I don't know if people have been smoking it in the car, but because you smell it, I suspect you may still well be under the influence of it. You've obviously said you used it at the weekend, so I'm going to make a requirement of you to provide me with a sample of saliva for analysis. Alright? I have to warn you that fail to do so may render you liable for prosecution.
So what happens if I fail? What happens then?
If you fail, if the sample comes back positive, we go to custody.
And then what happens from there?
And then we look at getting a sample of blood from you, and then ultimately that sample of blood's taken off to a lab, it's tested, and if it comes back over, then it's dealt with. Right, come and have a seat with me, mate. I'll knock that off safety tool. Nice one, Goose. Just have a seat in there for us, you. Oh. Sound. Right, I'll come round and sort this out with you. I'm just going to do drugs like this, Jen, and we'll see where we're at now. Don't vape in here, dude.
Yeah, your vehicle
Yeah.
Honestly.
Have you ever done one of these before?
If I do fail it though, please, can we just get this at the station done ASAP?
Yeah. Mate, I've got no intention of keeping you any longer than absolutely necessary, because I've got other jobs to do as well. Roll your tongue around your mouth, mate. Get a nice bit of, there's plenty of saliva on your tongue, and then lean forward and stick your tongue out as far as you can for me, so I ain't got to stick this into your mouth. A little bit, stick it, there you go. Open your mouth a bit, there you do, that's the one. Right, if that comes back clear, you're a free man. I'm happy with insurance, I'm happy with MOT, I'm happy you got a licence. Yeah? The only thing I do need to speak to you about, which is the first reason that I was going to speak to you, what were you missing? You know,
seatbelt.
Yeah.
I know it, I know. I do
you
that.
got a white t-shirt on.
I'm an idiot.
There's no more obvious than wearing a white t-shirt
and I didn't indicate.
and no back belt.
And I didn't indicate. I've seen it already, I know.
Surprisingly, there doesn't seem to be a result for the cannabis, mate. But it's come back as positive for cocaine. Right. So at 17:32, you're under arrest on suspicion of driving that motor vehicle on a road whilst over its specified limit. So you don't have to say anything, but it may on your defence if you don't mention when questioned, something which later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, alright?
It's not like I'm taking drugs while I'm driving, it's a joke.
No,
I can understand it if I'm taking the piss out of the law, driving around off my head or smoking weed. Take me to the station, man, I can't be arsed with it.
The impact of drug driving, obviously depending on what substance that individual is using, is massive. Right, I'll come get you out, mate. It can cause overconfidence, it can cause drowsiness, poor distance judgment. There's 101 different ways that it can affect your ability to drive negatively.
You don't even like the handcuff one?
I do, mate. Cross them over, nice and comfortable, mate. Nice one. And this one, dude.
Can I have my phone there, please?
Yeah. Follow me, youth.
The man will now undergo a blood test at a police station.
Have a seat, youth. Hopefully we'll look to have that result back to us by the time that gent enters his bail date, at which point when he comes back we'll have a result and he'll either be charged with an offence or there'll be no further action in relation to it if we're unable to say that his blood's over the specified limit. It's a lesson learned for him.
Coming up.
Stand by.
Reckless and illegal drivers.
Oh, he's disqualified.
Banned and over the limit.
As soon as he got in the back of the car, I could smell the alcohol on him. But he's disqual as well.
Sexually Romeo 360 your limit. They want to be vehicle. It is an Audi S3 in blue.
Near Derby. Police are searching the M1 for a driver who's failed to stop for Nottinghamshire officers.
It seems to be doing a loop. So we're not sure where it's going at the moment.
Done a bit of a loss on it. They're just doing a search around. I think one of their cars has gone south on the motorway, another one's gone north. So it's just a bit of case of just spreading yourselves and see if someone can just come across it or it hits another camera.
Traffic cop Jim Payne is close by.
Contact, subject vehicle, M1 northbound, lane 303.
2 miles away, other units spot the car heading towards Jim.
Lane 3, speed 100.
I can
try and get a stinger on the exit slip if it comes off here.
Yes, we've got an inside indication, and I think it's going to be lane 2 of 2. We've got a committed northbound passenger services, sir.
Try and find somewhere safe, that's the only thing with this.
You'll see how one box in visuals wise. We've also got vehicle speed increased with 90, lane 2 of 2. Road conditions are dry. We're now 110, lane 3 of 3. On the Foxtrot 33, we're topping out at 140. Vehicles in lane 4 of 4 in the distance. Stand by. The vehicle is off, and it's going to be the next vehicle at the RA.
Oh, it's pretty fixed. Yeah, it's a failure on the stinger, I'm afraid.
It's gone straight through the red light.
Can't believe that.
The Audi heads back onto the motorway. Traffic cop Mark White takes up the pursuit. A second stinger is set on the next slip road. As Mark and other officers chase after the driver, Jim races to catch up.
I don't think there's anyone else in it.
Any unit, if you can just
And or one to the what then? It's got no license behind it. Just no license. That's it. You can't believe you're going to drive like that, no seatbelt, just for no license and insurance. Good job in the end, isn't it?
The suspect's Audi hit speeds of over 140 miles per hour.
You were probably caning it down there, weren't you?
Yeah. He was absolutely flying, wasn't
Drove like an idiot, didn't he? Drove like an absolute idiot. All for what? All just because you're disqualified from driving. If he'd have just stopped side of the road, car would have been taken off him. You know, it'd have been reported and that'd have been the end of it. Now he's going to spend a night in custody. And then they're going to have to go to court for dangerous driving, isn't he? Idiot.
Gone out this morning, eastbound, then Stapleton and all that neck of the woods, and I think the last hit was basically him in his car doing his test so far.
Yes.
Controls alerting PC Dave Shaw about an illegal driver on his patch.
So I anticipate he'll be coming back. But I'll get it on. Once I've got details, I'll send you details over, mate. See what you're looking for.
Yeah, roger, mate, yeah.
He's got L plates on it. He's driven there with L plates on, so he clearly thinks he's legal to drive.
We're out in Derby at the moment. We've just had some information regarding a possible provisional licence holder who's been for a driving test but failed and then driven off unaccompanied on their own. It's a local vehicle, so we're just going to go and see if they come home, see if they turn up and see what's going off with it.
If you haven't passed a driving test, then you have not reached the standard required to operate a vehicle on a public highway, and you are therefore a risk.
Driven through a city centre, he's driven up a dual carriageway. I'm amazed he's not had an accident, if I'm honest with you. We're looking for a red Mazda. Should be fairly easy to spot. We've got an image of the vehicle that's just come through from our intelligence officer. So you can see there's an L plate on the car. I mean, it's no good putting L plates on if you're an unskilled driver that's got nobody supervising them. You're a danger to yourself and you're a danger to everybody else on the road. Unskilled drivers cause us a big problem because they cause completely avoidable, pointless collisions because they're not aware of what lane they should be in, they're not aware of what to do at roundabouts, and at the end of the day, you know, it's just has to go and sort all this mess out. I've just had some information that the chap that I'm sat waiting for is now on his return journey, hopefully back towards his home address. Let's see what happens. Bingo. Just seen it. Just got the back end of it. There it is. And we're into a car park. Tango 15, I've got that Mazda. Hello there, sir. Stay in the vehicle for me. Just take your key from you. Thank you. The reason I'm doing that is because I've got some information that you've failed your driving test and that you shouldn't be driving. Is that correct? Yeah, mate. So, do you have your driving licence with you? A provisional. Do you have that with you, sir? If I can have that off you, please. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be relieving you of your vehicle. So just for now, I'd just like to go come over and sit in the back of the police vehicle for me, please. Just have a seat in there, sir. Just there. So you've been and done your driving test today?
Yes.
And you failed?
Yes, I failed.
What did you fail on?
Distance. Not keeping the proper distance.
So in other words, driving too close to the vehicles that are in front of you? I can't understand why you've made the decision to drive on your own, knowing that by your own admission you can't drive. You're a risk to yourself and everybody else on the road, yet you've chosen to ignore all of that. And I just wondered what kind of thought process that you went through to tell yourself that that was a good idea and that that was acceptable.
No.
It's not, is it?
No.
And I think you realise that now, don't you? You know, and
I do.
you do need to have a little bit of responsibility.
Sure.
So if you have a provisional licence, as you do, you can drive your vehicle without plates on, but you must have some supervision. You must have somebody sat to the side of you who has a full driving licence and has done for a minimum of 3 years. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Have you had any lessons?
Yes, in Derby.
You've had some lessons in Derby?
In Derby.
How many lessons have you had?
8.
8
to 10, yeah.
If you start doing silly things like this, and it becomes a big problem, you end up being disqualified from driving, then you can't get insurance moving forward, and there'll be somebody like me waiting for you to take your car off you. Yeah?
So what's the next step?
You surrender your licence to have 3 points endorsed and you pay the fine. That's the end of the matter. Or you can elect to go to court and have the matter heard by the magistrates. Okay? That's your decision. It's not the decision I'd be taking, if I'm honest, but that's up to you. You have that right. So for now, you just put that in your pocket and forget about it, and you wait for the letter to come in the post.
He realised he'd done wrong. He knew he shouldn't have done it, and he seemed to listen to everything that was said to him. So I'd like to think that he will be more careful in the future in his choices.
Go and empty your vehicle of any belongings that you're going to need for the next day or two until you get a car back, all right? And then you're free to go. Genuinely think that he's quite upset with himself. It's not just about taking the car off him though and reducing the risk to everybody else. It's about educating him and hopefully making him realise that what he's done, albeit minor in some people's eyes, can turn out to be quite a major thing. As a provisional licence holder, you can accrue up to 6 points before you have that licence taken off you. This is going to get him 3, and so he hasn't got a lot of room to play with if he commits a speeding offence or he goes through a red traffic light, whether he's being supervised or not, and he gets another 3, then it'll be revoked from him. It beggars belief, really. People shouldn't be risking points on the licences and fines, because if he gets another 3, the lessons that he's all had, the car that he's bought, the insurance that he's paying for it, is all going to be for nothing, because it's going to have gone. Then you have to buy a car, insure it, tax it, MOT it. Just one less risk that we've got on the roads today, and sure we'll hopefully go off and find the next one.
Coming up.
Oh, he's disqualified.
Banned and intoxicated.
Alright, he's blown 65, so it's nearly double the limit.
An illegal driver is taken off the road.
Just put your hand behind your back, please. Just stay nice and relaxed.
Just dangerous individuals, and they're not safe to be on the public highway. second, I can get my teeth into a nice, greasy bacon cup with brown sauce in it. Now I'm making myself even more hungry now I'm saying that.
It's the start of PC Dave Shaw's day shift.
Yeah, red sauce for sausages, brown sauce for bacon. That's my theory on it. Well, we get tasked on the roads policing team very regularly to go out and look for particular vehicles that are high risk, vehicles that pose a threat. Oh, he's disqualified. This bloke is disqualified from driving. We have many different vehicles going through our heads, many different number plates to look at. You find yourself subconsciously looking at number plates. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. You are disqualified from driving. You're being detained at the moment. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Yeah. Just relax. Stay calm. You're being detained at the moment. Okay.
Do you have any reason for detaining him?
Yes, he's disqualified from driving, and he shouldn't be driving. You come with me. It makes me feel extremely irritated that they carry on choosing to ignore the law. Just have a seat in here, sir, for me, please. Get in. No, get in.
I'm giving you the card.
Sorry? No, I've got your key.
Play a card.
Jump in the car, sir, please. And Oscar Tango 15. We just come across a disqualified driver. Right then, sir. Thank you for your cooperation. Have you had any alcohol recently? Yesterday. Okay, I believe that I can smell intoxicants on your breath, and as you've committed a moving traffic offence, I'm going to require a sample of breath off you for a roadside breath test. Okay. What I need you to do, place a seal around mouthpiece with your lips, like this. Keep blowing until I tell you to stop. You understand? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's great, thank you. Right, you've provided a positive sample of breath. All right, the limit is 35. You provided a reading of 65. Okay, you nearly twice. Yesterday you did, yes, you did. You twice the drink drive limit. Okay, so as it stands at the moment, you're under arrest for driving a motor vehicle on the road whilst over the prescribed limit and for driving a motor vehicle whilst disqualified. You don't have to say anything to make me defence. You don't have to mention my questions, something which later on in court. Anything that you do say may be given as evidence, okay? And I've got adult male under arrest for drive whilst disqualified and excess alcohol. I could do with a local unit, please, just to come and give me some assistance with transport to custody. I think people do it because they either don't think they're going to get caught or they just don't care. They're ignorant to the fact that they're disqualified and they're just going to carry on doing whatever they want, regardless. All right, it's blown 65, so it's nearly double the limit. You just step out for me, sir, please. It's disqual as well. Just put your hand behind your back, please. Just stay nice and relaxed. Priority at the moment is getting him down to the local custody suite, where we'll get an evidential breath sample. What does he say?
He's not happy that he's being handcuffed.
You've got nothing to do with this. You need to take the belongings and go away. Okay, I've been perfectly polite with you and perfectly reasonable, but now you're wasting my time. You need to get yourself gone. Good.
I've just emailed you his driver summary. There's 16 pages of it. Driving, due care and attention, failed to stop after an accident, failed to give ID. He's got 18 points. The disqual for totting up.
Fair enough, yeah. Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot. It's mocking the system, it's mocking the court system, it's mocking the police and what we do. We take vehicles off people and disqualify people because they're dangerous individuals and they're not safe to be on the public highway. Just keep your hands nice and relaxed.
More than 700,000 illegal drivers are thought to be on Britain's roads.
There's got to come a point where if somebody continually commits offences, somebody somewhere has got to say, we need to do something about this person and we need to lock them up because somebody's going to get killed. I'll come back and see you in a couple of hours. Get some sleep, it'll go a lot quicker for you. Yeah? All right, my friend.
In this episode, the driver who crashed into a lamppost following a high-speed pursuit
Stand up. Come back this way.
was sent to prison for 2 months and disqualified from holding a licence for 18 months.
Why have you drove like that? I'm fine driver.
His passenger who fled the scene was released without charge.
2 vehicles involved, and he's got a head injury.
The man whose Corsa collided with a Mini
Are you okay?
was charged with driving without due care and attention.
You're a provisional?
No insurance and no licence.
One more call then.
Yeah.
Got a dead baby there.
He was fined £258 and 6 points were added to his licence. The suspect the police arrested for failing to stop, dangerous driving and driving whilst disqualified after a high-speed pursuit down the motorway was released without charge due to police being unable to prove that he was the driver.
You can't believe you're going to drive like that, no seatbelt, just for no licence and insurance.
Police are awaiting the results of a blood test for the man caught without a seatbelt.
Mate, is it your car for start off?
Well, clearly it is, isn't it? Well, no, is it?
Who also failed a roadside drugs test.
It's come back as positive for cocaine. Take me to the station, man. I can't be arsed.
If found to be over the limit,
No, mate, have a seat, you.
he faces a minimum 1-year driving ban.
I've got some information that you failed your driving test and that you shouldn't be driving. Is that correct?
Yeah, right.
The man who drove to and from a failed driving test
What did you fail on?
Distance. Don't keep this proper distance.
had 3 points added to his provisional licence.
Give me your other hand.
Yeah.
Just relax.
And the banned motorist who blew almost twice over the drink-drive limit
Okay, so as it stands at the moment, you're under arrest.
was disqualified for a further 2 years. He was also fined £200 and has been fitted with a tag.
Just stay nice and relaxed.